Why do we love watching horror movies? We sit in front of a screen willing to suffer and have a bad time, and we keep doing it time and time again. In my case, I was a big fan of horror movies, and it's clear to me why. I enjoyed the rush of adrenaline produced by getting scared and being tense. Until I experienced true horror, that is. There are many classics I've watched 1,000 times, but without a doubt my favorite is Annabelle. You probably know her, an innocent ragdoll for kids, which has been possessed by a demonic spirit and attacks people around her. I even have a replica of her in my house. And the movie's not only great, but it's based on true events. That's right, Annabelle exists in real life. This was a possession case which occurred in the US during the 70s and was investigated by the Warrens, a marriage of paranormal investigators. Despite practicing many exorcism on the doll, it kept being as dangerous as ever, and so they had to lock her up in a glass case. This glass case is conserved in the Museum of Occultism the Warrens built in their house in Connecticut. When I learned that the doll actually existed and people could visit its location, chills went down my spine. It was my dream, being able to travel there and experience the tension of being face to face with evil itself. Many years passed until I could save up enough money to travel there, as well as get my parents' permission, but I never stopped imagining how that moment would be like. The museum was located in a small rural town, so I had to rent a car to reach it. It was located in the back of the Warrens' house, and it wasn't always open. I was lucky to get tickets. However, once I arrived, all my expectations were crushed. Less than a museum, it was just some kind of wooden shed that stored all the objects related to their respective cases. And sure, there were some pretty cool items with terrifying stories behind them, but the size and look of the place left me disappointed. Maybe I was just too hyped. Then I finally found Annabelle inside the glass case at the end of the shed, and my heart rate accelerated with excitement. Unfortunately, that was one of the greatest disappointments of my life. I've never seen how the real Annabelle doll actually looked like, since I wanted to keep it a surprise. But the truth is that the doll is pretty cute and bland. It was made of rags, with red threads for the hair and blushing cheeks. It had nothing to do with the evil and terrifying expression of its porcelain replica from the movie. I couldn't help but laugh at that sight, and the museum's guard gave me a nasty look. And then he pushed me out of the museum, saying something about a curse. I didn't want to argue with him, since I had enough. It was a hugely disappointing experience, and all I wanted was to go back home. However, I never expected my trip back home to be filled with so many dangers. First, an issue with the car's brakes almost sent the car off the road, and the mechanic couldn't explain what happened. Then I had terrible indigestion for something I ate. The doctor was surprised, since it was like someone tried to poison me. And the worst part is that my plane back home had a mechanical problem. The guard's words started to scare me. When I finally got home, I checked my social media accounts and couldn't believe what I was reading. Everyone was saying that Annabelle had disappeared from her glass case and had escaped the museum. I was frozen in shock. It was too much of a coincidence. Could it be possible that Annabelle was coming after me, looking for revenge? When I turned around, I saw the replica I had at home, and I almost had a heart attack. I stored it in a basket to not see her anymore and tried to forget about the whole thing. However, night came and I was still nervous. I couldn't sleep. I got up to go drink something, and there it was at the feet of my bed. It was Annabelle. My adrenaline skyrocketed, and I screamed in terror. I was going to run away when I saw my dog next to her lying down. He was the one who dragged her to me, or that's what I want to believe at least. All I know is that that was the worst scare I've ever had in my life. At the end, the museum's guard refuted the rumor by posting a video showing Annabelle perfectly locked in her glass case. That was certainly a relief for me, but even then I decided to get rid of my replica and start watching only adventure movies and comedies. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it. And if you want to see more Draw My Life videos, subscribe to our channel. See you on the next episode.